You will fail hundreds of times, and the world will watch. Accept it. Trust yourself. I promise that you will prevail. Maria Sharapova has just announced her retirement.
Oh, that's so good. That's incredible.
What's up, Tweener Heads? Welcome back to another Tweener Head Tennis video here with Phil. And if you are new to the channel, hi, how's it going? My name's Phil, and this is where we talk about tennis in a more casual way for you guys to figure out what's going on and off the court. Now, today, we just received some sad news, to say the least, because one of the greatest to play the game on the women's tour, Maria Sharapova, just announced her retirement through a Vanity Fair article that talked about her relationship with the sport of tennis as well as her struggles that she had throughout her career. Now, before we start this video, I want to make sure that you guys are subscribed to Tweener Head Tennis. We just passed 750 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, so make sure we can get Tweener Head Tennis to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. Now, what can you say about Maria Sharapova? There's a lot to discuss when it comes to her career. We have drama, we have rise, we have success. We have so many things that we can talk about with her, but if we look back at her career, she has overcome a lot just from being the youngest superstar to hit the WTA tennis tour in a very long time, and she was one of the first to break through that Serena dominance, let's just say that, during her first Grand Slam title when she was just 16 years old. And not a lot of people understand what it took for her to beat Serena at that time, and I think when it came to her career, that was the moment where it all began. If we just do a brief summary of her career, she was the world #1 champion. In 2012, she was the Olympic silver medalist in London. She's won 5 Grand Slams, and she's third all-time in prize money when it comes to winning on the tour with over $38 million. And that's not even including some of the endorsements and her own candy line, Sharapova. God, can you imagine how much money that is? Let's start from the beginning for her career. In 2004, at 16 years old, she overcame Serena Williams and beat Serena, which shocked the world because no one knew who this young Russian was, and then all of a sudden, overnight, she became the face of tennis. Crazy to think about that, but next year alone, in 2005, she became the world #1 ranked tennis player in the world, and it just continued on from there. After becoming the world #1, she won her second Grand Slam in 2006 at the US Open, and then from there, also faced some shoulder injuries, and this is where it kind of started to spin out in terms of her injury continuation, because her shoulder has always been a problem throughout her career. She had 3 shoulder injuries within her career, and she had shoulder surgery. That's a tongue twister, with also the incident with doping, which we will get onto later. In 2008, she was the Australian Open champion and then had another shoulder injury after that. In 2009, 2010, that's where the shoulder started to take over in her career, and that's where it kind of that's where it started to figure out her shoulder was the issue throughout her entire career, not just early on, but throughout her entire career. Because that's where she struggled to find her form. She had rehab, she had the shoulder surgery, and that's where it kind of dwindled down. But she did find a comeback. She did find a comeback. In 2012, she won the French Open, and in 2014, she also won it as well. And she did have that success story of coming back from injury, which a lot of players do not do nowadays. And when you have that ability like she did to fight off everything and overcome that shoulder injury, it's not very easy to do, and you can ask any tennis player on any level about that. In 2012, she also completed her career Grand Slam, winning the French, and she is one of the few to do it. And even on the men's side, it was very hard for Roger to win his first French Open, and a lot of these players sometimes have trouble finding that form to win every Grand Slam, not in the same year, but overall in general. So Maria is one of the few on the women's side, and men's side for that matter, to win every single Grand Slam: Wimbledon, US Open, French Open, and the Australian Open. Now let's fast forward to 2016. 2016, as some of you may know it as the doping year, when Maria Sharapova came out saying that she was found guilty and tested positive for drugs that were not allowed after a certain amount of time and was deemed a cheater and really got a lot of backlash for it. Personally, I think it's very different when it comes to when you look at this story, because you have the one side, her drug wasn't suspended until recently, and then all of a sudden she came out and said that this drug was helping her through rehab, and she's been using the drug for over 10 years. When it comes to being a professional athlete, you trust a team around you to tell you the right things and to tell you what you're using is good and what is bad. And when the drug was finally put on the ban list for illegal substances, I think that's where they realized that it was, okay, now she's caught. And I don't know, some people took it the wrong way. Some people, Jeannie Bouchard even said that she didn't deserve to win and she didn't deserve to be where she was because she was deemed a cheater. And that was an interesting matchup when they played against each other after she came back on tour from her suspension. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of her doping scandal. But she also hit a career milestone mark of 800 match wins, which is crazy to think that you can win 800 matches. I wonder if I even played 800 matches in my tennis career. That's interesting to think about. Look, I think with Sharapova, there's a lot of upside and downside to look at it, especially from the suspension point of it. I definitely think she's going to be inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame. I think it will be with an asterisk, though, for some people because of the scandal. I want to know your guys' opinion with it because she is one of the best to ever play the game, and she won 5 Grand Slams, and she completed the career Grand Slam of winning every major, winning the Fed Cup with Team Russia, and winning a silver medal at the Olympics. I mean, you can't deny her success of her career and starting her own company and being a fashion icon. I think it's very well put on Twitter that she did it the right way of retiring and doing it through Vanity Fair instead of just announcing it like most players do just on Twitter or their social media, because it allowed her to give a chance to properly say goodbye to the world of tennis. So I congratulate her on a wonderful career and a great career, and I think she's going to have a lot of success in her retirement just because of how big of an entrepreneur she is. So let me know what you guys think of her career and where she ranks all time for you guys, because I think that's a big question that people are now going to want to answer. So let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a big like on this video, making sure you're subscribed to Tweener Head Tennis, as well as checking out our Patreon for more behind-the-scenes content and getting more exclusive access that we don't post here on our YouTube and other social medias. So I hope to see you guys next time, and thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, guys.